this particular situation after really about a year and a half of canvassing, campaigning, polling, and what have you. So that's the first comment. The second comment is that it is turning out to be as competitive as I anticipated it to be.
Hey guys,
And
tune
I think
in,
we still have to
election
watch a few more
watch.
seats before we can declare the winner of this election. But it is, in fact, a very
Today's
competitive
Wednesday.
election, and it is exactly how we anticipated.
Election day, guys. So I'm broadcasting
In fact,
what's going on with the election here in Jamaica. Keep on watching and also subscribe.
No reason to, because the fat lady has a song.
yeah. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Don. We'll check back in with you later. So, what gives you hope?
I think from what I'm hearing is that many of our PDs haven't been counted as yet. So hoping that those will be able to prevent some push us to pass.
Not hearing you, Clifford.
I was saying from what I'm hearing is that many of our PDs we haven't been counted as yet. So we're hoping that those will be counted and just push us past the edge. But I think there's still hope for the BNP this election. It'll be a very close one as we're seeing, but there's still hope for us in this election.
Well, let's see what's happening at EOJ. Kelly Shaw?
Thank you so much, Dion. An exciting night indeed. I don't have an update in terms of the voter turnout, but what I can tell you is that there have been some changes on the board. We're seeing now where the Jamaica Labour Party is leading in 36 of the constituencies, while the People's National Party is leading in 27. Now again, the Jamaica Labour Party leading in 36 constituencies and the People's National Party leading in 27. Now we're seeing steady progress in terms of the counting, and earlier, Dion, we did mention that for St. Andrews South Eastern, 100% of the boxes have been completed, and in St. Andrew Eastern, 100% of the boxes completed as well. Now looking at some of the other constituencies, in Kingston East and Port Royal, 75% completed, and the People's National Party leading in that constituency. Now moving over to St. Ann Northeastern, and we're seeing where the Jamaica Labour Party is leading in that constituency, over 8,100 votes. The People's National Party, 5,873 votes. Again, we're still waiting in terms of the final update in some of the areas. We're seeing where some constituencies, for instance, Clarendon Southeastern, only 50% of the boxes counted so far. In St. Catherine Southeastern, 21% of the boxes counted. Dion, I'll continue to monitor what's happening here and provide you with the latest figures as they become available. It's back to you.
Thank you so much, Kelly Shaw. So JLP leading in 36 seats right now, PNP with 27. Ron?
As I've been saying all night, we will win. We will win. We're looking good. We're looking good. Yes, we have lost some seats, yes. But you could see that the Labour Party prepared for this moment. How we campaign throughout Jamaica, choosing Jamaica, sticking to the performance that we did for the last 9 years. And so how we campaign is a result of what we're seeing today. There are some seats where you saw the energy, the PNP brought the energy, but on the day you see the Labour Party winning comfortably. And there is one in Kingston that could be a surprise tonight.
Would that be Central Kingston?
Yes, we're talking about Central Kingston.
Well, I figured it wouldn't have been Western Kingston, which we just saw declared from this one.
It's on the screen now.
Okay, there's Central Kingston, 75 boxes out of 80. Donovan Williams leading with 4,575 votes to Steve McGregor's 4,375. So that's about an 800 vote difference at this point with 5 boxes left to go.
Not 800. 190 something.
All right, I can't come. I need to give up trying to do math.
A shade under 200.
I need to give up trying to do math in my head.
But he won that seat by only 300 in the last election, and it seems to me that the early lead from Steve McGregor in the night, those boxes are probably coming from Almond Town, which is their stronger of the two divisions. So perhaps there's a rate on boxes coming in now, but let's see what happens for the rest of the 5 or so that's outstanding.
It's Kingston and Port Royal declared for Philip Powell of the PNP. And 77 votes there for the JPP candidate. Here's St. Andrew Western with Tony Hilton, 3,981 votes. The Corey Dunkley of the JLP, 2,673. Carla Francis Edie of the JPP, 48 votes. 72 boxes of 134. And here's Delroy Chuck in, I think this was already called for Delroy Chuck. So Stacy Knight, daughter of Katie Knight, first time outing.
I didn't know that.
St. Andrew Southern called as well for Mark Golding of the PNP, defeating Carlton Allen of the JLP, who holds 645 votes. And we declared, this has been declared, all boxes counted for the PNP Julian Robinson.
So let's see.
Let's see where we are going
Julian
now.
won
Here's,
his
okay, here's
season.
North Central
Okay.
St. Andrew. The JLP's Delana Sivrite, 4,346
Guys, drop your
votes.
comments, remember to
PNP's
subscribe to the
Christopher Henry,
channel. Let's start, man, let's start.
2,465, with 59 of 79 boxes declared.
That
It's
constituency
8:29
will be having
p.m.
an MP for the first time since 1980, I believe.
Yes.
Here's St. Thomas Eastern, 77 boxes of 128. The PNP's Yvonne Shaw, Rosemary Shaw, 4,356 to Michelle Charles, 3,912. Claudius Wong, 22 votes. Jovian Blair of the JPP, 13 votes. That's 77 boxes of 128.
Is this a seat you're expected to hold on to, Mr. Walsh?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Eastern St. Thomas?
Yes, Eastern St. Thomas. I mean, the Member of Parliament did some work out there. First time in many moons.
She also had there was a lot of disgruntlement in the seat though.
In every seat you're going to find that, in every seat, nothing is perfect.
Hi Spencer,
Here's St.
welcome to the
Thomas Western,
election
40
live.
boxes of 163.
How you
The
doing?
JLP's James Robertson, 1,899. Hubert Williams of the PNP, 1,703. Colleen Affleck of the JPP, 13 votes.
This is a seat we expect to win comfortably, and so far so good.
Yes.
Deputy leader of the Labour Party for Air Council 2, James Roberts.
So you may lose one in St. Thomas.
Let us watch. Yes, right now we're behind in that seat.
Yeah.
But let us see how the night progress.
Clarendon Southwest, 96 boxes out of 100. Lothan Cousins, 7,076 votes. Robert Chin of the JLP, 4,795. Dwayne Thomas, 40 of the JPP.
So we can call that one for Lothian Cousins.
Yes. Safe PNP
Yeah.
seat.
And he's a really good MP, Lothian Cousins.
The country looks so green.
Let's go over now to JLP.
Guys, the country look
headquarters, where
green,
Andrew Chisholm
man.
is on
A little bit
location.
too green. But the orange people are not too far. I want to say.
Things have gotten exciting here at the JLP headquarters. As you can hear, as the results are coming in, the supporters are shouting, they're ringing their bells, and it's an overall jubilant atmosphere here so far. I am now joined by two supporters who have interrupted their celebrations. Aisha and Renardo, good night. You're live on TVJ. First of all, why was it important for you to be here this evening? I hold a mic.
We are confident of victory, and we are sure of at least 35 seats. So we have no other reason but to be at the headquarters to celebrate this coming victory. Third term is it.
And you, Aisha, I know you have your bell right there.
Third term, sir. Third term. Victory. Victory is ours. Feel nice. I'm happy about everything.
Which constituency you voted today?
East.
Kingston.
St. Andrew.
And you?
The mother of it all, West Kingston. I'm running there.
And I'm pretty sure Desmond Mackenzie will be winning back his seat.
No doubt about that.
So as the results come in, how are you feeling?
You know what? I'm actually feeling confident because the PNP numbers are now looking impressive as how we have started to have been for the last 12 months. So far the numbers are looking steady and it's coming in the way how I would like it to come in.
And it's a family affair for you. You're here alone?
No, I'm here. I'm actually showing my nephews and my little cousin.
What about you, Aisha?
With friends, I'm here with friends.
Okay.
Friends and them, two come.
All right, go back to ringing your bell. Sorry to interrupt you. Thank you very much, Renardo and
Go back
Aisha.
to
Dion,
ringing the
it's back
bell.
to you in studio.
All right, thank you so very much for that, Andrea. And of course, we'll continue to touch base with the
Guys, share up the live, share up the live, man, so more people can join and watch what
We're
one.
going to be going to
Ayad.
some more results, but let's take a break and we'll be back.
Alright guys, I just muted it. They're on a break, so as soon as they return, then I unmute it. So guys, drop your comments below. What do you think so far? Let's chat, man. Let's chat. I remember to share up the live. Share up the live so others can watch it. So drop your questions, guys. Drop your questions. So if you're not hearing any sound because I muted the TV, yes. Soon as it returns, I'll unmute it, alright guys. But in the meantime, share up the live so other people can watch the election. And drop your comments, guys. Let's go. Let's chat in the comment section. Commercial break, guys. Commercial break. So I muted the TV. Commercial break, guys. So I must say share up the live, guys. Share it up so other people can have access to what's happening here in Jamaica. Share up the live, guys. And also subscribe, guys. And like up the live too. Alright, they are back, so let me unmute the TV.
Thank you so much for staying with us for TVJ's live coverage of the 2025 elections for 2025. And let me just remind you where we are, the latest information that we had in terms of who is leading in how many seats. First of all, in terms of confirmed seats, the national count, we have the JLP with 9, we have the PNP with 9. What we had heard from Kelisha, who is at the electoral office, the last time we touched base with her about 15 or so minutes ago, she had said the JLP was leaded in 36, the PNP was leaded in 27. And of course, as the results continue to come in, those numbers are going to be shifting and changing. And of course, we're updating with you as we go along right here. There are a couple of seats we haven't seen for a little while. Ron was mentioning, for instance, East Portland.
Yes.
We haven't seen that. Bobby Montague's seat as well, I don't think we've seen in St. Mary for a little while.
Yes, we haven't seen the chairman of the Labour Party seat, but I'm confident that we will go to victory there. This is a member of parliament who posts 10, 11,000 consistently, so you should be okay. Just in 2020, his numbers drop a bit.
Okay, here's Portland Eastern now. So we have 60 boxes out of 140. The PNP's Isaac Buchanan leading with 3,552. The JP's Anne-Marie Vaz, 3,293. Tracy Ann Gillespie Harris of the Progressive Party with 19 votes. So this is with 61 boxes of 140 counted. I won't attempt a subtraction.
No.
Here's Manchester Northeastern. The JP is Audrey Marks and 5,003 votes. The PNP's Valentin Wint, 3,414. Clive Warren of the JPP, 18 votes and 68 boxes of 111. Clarendon Southeastern. We have the JLP's Cornell Charles Jr., 1,431. Sian Barneswell of the PNP, former mayor, 1,005. Sian Thomas of the JPP with 11 votes. That's pretty early still, 22 boxes out, 144.
Been like this for a while now.
Yeah, I think we've been stuck there. Earl, let me hand over to you for that.
That's the old Bustamante and who share a seat. Strong JLP seat. Manchester Northwestern, 66 of 104 boxes. Michael Phillips continues to lead for the PNP, 4,258 to Daniel Young of the JLP, 3,661. Tricia Stewart Angus of the JPP, 20 votes. Manchester Central, 117 of 139 boxes. Donovan Mitchell, 7,617 votes to the incumbent Rhoda Crawford, 7,335. It's tight, but it's getting close to the end.
Let's go back now to PNP headquarters with Dwayne.
Thank you so much. So the seat counts is very close, and the actual votes in the constituencies are even closer. And as an indication of how close it is, these PNP supporters, they still believe that they can win. And in fact, if you ask them, they are winning. I'm joined now by two of these hundreds of PNP supporters who have gathered here at the party's headquarters. Interestingly named Mr. Green, who is a People's National Party supporter. Mr. Green, what do you make of your party's performance so far? What do you make of your party's performance so far?
It's very good, a good performance, and I think we can win this election tonight. Too early to call, but I think we can win it.
Why are you so confident?
Because if you look at the seats, they are very close. And the last election, they were like by 2010 and so on. So this time around, the PNP people have come out, not so much like we wanted to come out, but they come out. Understand? So I'm looking positively for the People's National Party to take it tonight.
I remember some of your fellow supporters and even some of the leaders in the party were saying that you could get around 38, 40 seats. It doesn't look like that will happen tonight. What are you predicting now?
I'm predicting that 32, 31.
Oh, that would be very close. The interestingly named Mr. Green, who is a People's National Party supporter. I'm joined by a younger member of the People's National Party. Sir, remind me your name, please, and tell Jamaica what's your name.
Mr. Forbes. His name is Mr. Forbes. Yes. So today we are here and marching on to victory. We are starting Manchester, gathering it back, and we are moving forward. Progress. We are moving forward.
It's a little bit close. Is it closer than you would have wanted?
Well, the race is not finished as yet. The fat lady has not yet seen. So we are here and waiting on the best to come.
Do you have the fat lady's number? What is she telling you?
Well, the fat lady is already calling me now, so I know it's victory, marching.
Well, as soon as you get the results from the fat lady, I'm hoping you share it with me. As you can imagine, as I explained earlier, a party-like atmosphere here at the People's National Party's headquarters. These supporters, very, very confident. They are certain they're going to win it. I'll be here all night, as I told you, Dion. So it's back to you until then.
Thank you so much, and let's go to a break. We're back with more from our election results show for 2025 in just a
If you have financial needs, Christian Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Christian Charles.
Alright guys, it's back on mute. Drop in the comments, man. Drop in the comments. As soon as them return, I unmute it. Guys, make you turn for it behind the scenes. Guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Remember, it's free to subscribe. So it's 8:45 p.m. It's a Wednesday night. Alright, they are back. So I'm unmute it. So guys, subscribe. Guys, share the live.
for TVJ's live coverage of the 2025 elections for 2025, and we're so happy to have you wherever you are, whichever of our platforms you are listening or viewing this coverage on. Now, I think at this point, though, what we can say is that it's not going to be a landslide for either side, and I have to say I think that's good for the parliament and good for democracy overall. Okay, here we go again. Earl, let me let you take this.
St. Elizabeth Southwest, one of the seats to watch. Floyd Green, the incumbent, is leading with 4,949 votes to Miranda Wellington of the PNP, 4,349. So he has a fairly comfortable lead at the moment in the context of that constituency. St. Elizabeth Southeastern, very close. Norman Scott of the PNP, 1,004 votes. The incumbent Franklin Witter, 991. and Raymond Dobbs of the JPP, he has 11 votes. Westmoreland Central, Dwayne Vaz seems to be headed back to Parliament, 7,547 to the incumbent, George Wright, 6,074. Kathleen Greenwood has 31, she's from the JPP, and Don Foot, 29.
I'm seeing a message here from one of our reporters. We're hearing that ballot boxes are still coming in at the content center in Trelawney, just up to...
So I'm going to see somebody's face. Let me set the camera good. There we go. And I can see everybody's face now. Hi, Earl. Yeah, Errol. Hi, Errol. What's up?
But he has 50.5% to Ian Hales of the PNP, 48.6%. And Ian Hales is a former JLP member, so that's quite an interesting. Gilbert James, 0.7%, 13 votes, and Bertland Madden of the JPP, 4 votes. Hanover Eastern, 58 of 99 boxes. Andrea Purkis of the PNP, 54%, that's 3,334, to Dave Brown, the incumbent of the JLP, 2,789. Craig Eubanks of the JPP, 19 votes, and Jordan Cunningham of the UIC, 9 votes. Hanover Western, Heather Miller Bennett of the PNP, 5,499. Tamika Davis, the incumbent of the JLP, 4,728. Leonard Sharp of the JPP, 51. That's 96 of 116 boxes. It seems the PNP might be on its way to retaking both Hanover seats. Portland Eastern, 96 boxes of 140. It's looking good for the PNP. Isaac Buchanan with 5,636 votes. Anne-Marie Vaz of the JLP, she's the incumbent, 5,224. But there are many boxes to be counted yet. Portland Western, 74 of 104. And Darrell Vaz, the incumbent of the JLP, 4,164 to Doreen Campbell of the PNP, 3,350. Michael Aiken of the JPP, he has 12 votes.
And just to call our viewers and listeners attention, call our viewers attention and let our listeners know, if you look at a little icon at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, that's telling you the number of seats that have been completed and declared. So you're seeing there 11 for the JLP, 9 for the PNP. So of course, just to make the distinction, those are the ones that have been completed, as opposed to what we get when we go to Kalisha at EOJ, which is a broader look at who is leading.
In St. Anne Southwestern, it looks like order has been restored. Xavier Main of the JLP, he has 4,426. Danishka Williams of the PNP, 3,221. Clive Edwards of the JPP, 26 votes. So it's a comfortable lead at the moment for Xavier Main.
And speaking of Kalisha, let's go to her at EOJ.
Thank you so much, Dion. Just a quick update in terms of what we're seeing on our end here at the ECJ. So far, again, an update in terms of the lead so far. The Jamaica Labour Party leading in 34 seats. The People's National Party now leading in 29 seats. I know the last time we spoke, I said the JLP was leading in 36 seats and the PNP was leading in 27 seats. So we've seen a change now. JLP leading in 34 seats and the People's National Party leading in 29 seats. I also saw the final count for St. Catherine East Central, and I can say the Jamaica Labour Party won that. Party's Raymond Price going against the Jamaica Labour Party's Alando Terrelong, and that's one of the seats where the People's National Party has not won it. The only one that's seat once since it was created, and the Jamaica Labour Party has won that seat twice since it was created in 2011. If you would move with me, I'm going. So we're call the issue here. I'm going to throw back to you until next time.
Okay, thank you so much for that update, Kalisha. Just to repeat for you, the JLP now leading in 34 seats, PNP leading in 29. And Again, the icon at the bottom of the screen, the JLP has so far won 11 seats, the PNP has won 9. Okay, here's St. Ann North Western, the JLP's Crystal Lee, now in front with 5,408 votes to the PNP's Gabriela Morris, 5,011, 93 boxes of 135.
Very, very tight in that seat. I just want to go back to Xavier Lane's seat. Mr. Moxham said the order has been restored. Hard-working member of parliament, also good organizer, and so I'm not surprised by that.
Trelawney Northern on screen, 84 boxes of 146. The PNP's Wickham McNeil, 4,468 votes. The Tova Hamilton of the JLP, 4,132, 84 boxes of 146. And here's Trelawney South, 21 boxes of 96. The JLP's Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, 1,352. Paul Patmore of the PNP, 1,246. And we go now to St. James South. Haven't seen this for a bit, I think. 79 boxes of 110. The PNP's Nikisha Burchell, 4,471. The JLP's Homer Davis, 4,307. Leon Cunningham of the JPP has 12 votes. St. James West Central, 58 boxes of 106, so they're about halfway there. The JLP's Marley Malahoo Fort, the incumbent, 3,332. Andre Horton of the PNP, 2,921. Clifford Barnett, 13 votes. St. James East Central, 94 boxes of 117. Ed Bartlett of the JLP, 5,850. Rochelle Reed Knott of the PNP, 3,782. And we are moving on to, let's see, here's St. Thomas Eastern. Let's see, this is 105 boxes of 128. The PNP is Yvonne Shaw, 5,982. The JLP is Michelle Charles, the incumbent, 5,595. Claudius Wong has 28 votes. Jovian Blair of the JPP has 20.
I think Yvonne Rosemary Shaw used to be a member of the Jamaica Labour Party. I think she actually worked very closely with Dr. Michelle Charles's father, Pernell Charles Sr., for many years. And she was a former mayor in Morant Bay as well, right, Earl? And so she's putting up a fight, and it seems as if the JLP is going to lose one of the St. Thomas seats.
Here's the other one up there, St. Thomas Western, 105 of 163. James Robertson of the JLP, 5,443. The PNP's Hubert Williams, 4,806. Carleen Affleck of the JPP, 35 votes. And St. Catherine Southeastern, this is the one I think you've been saying we haven't seen. This is about, not quite 50% there, 48 boxes of 135. Alfred Dawes of the PNP, 2,716. Robert Miller of the JLP, 2,617. No, go again, 2,615. Casey and Radcliffe of the JPP, 30 votes. I think this is literally the first time we've seen this one all night.
My count is a little bit.
One second for me. St. Catherine Northwestern, 83 boxes of 122. Damian Crawford of the PNP, 4,328. Newton Amos of the JLP, 3,598. Lloyd Smith has 12 votes of the JPP. And we go to St. Andrew East Central, 63 boxes of 113. Dennis Gordon of the PNP, 3,301. Davian Vassell of the JLP 2,774, Princess Ford of the JPP 57. You are saying this is Peter Phillips'
Yes.
old constituency.
Young candidate, doing well so far, going well. Mr. Bassel.
DK Duncan's constituency in another lifetime as well.
Here's Juliet Holness, St. Andrew East Rural, 77 boxes of 137. She has 4,925 votes to the PNP's Patrick Peterkin, 4,545. Kemisha Hendricks, 29 votes of UIC. Parchel Jackson of the JPP, 23 votes.
Speaker of the House.
Former.
Yes.
I don't think we've seen this one for a while. St. Andrew West Rural, 124 boxes of 140. And the incumbent, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, with 7,152. To Joan Gordon of the PNP, 6,213. George Roach of the JPP, 62 votes.
And only 16 boxes to go.
Yeah, Earl, let me let you take over.
Manchester North Eastern, Audrey Marked of the PNP, 56%, 6,472 votes. The Valentine Wint of the PNP, 5,144. Clive Warren of the JPP, 30. That's a seat that was dominated by Audrey Shaw for quite a while. And Manchester North Western, 83 of 104 boxes. Michael Phillips of the PNP, 5,625. Damian Young of the JLP, 4,521. Tricia Stewart Angus of the JPP, 28 votes. St. Elizabeth Southeastern, Norman Scott continues to lead, but is only 17 of 109 boxes. He has 1,004 votes to front in with a 991. Raymond Dobbs of the JPP, 11 votes. St. Catherine Eastern, Denise Daly of the PNP, 6,589. Dwight Peku of the JLP, 4,387. Lance Watson of the JPP, 74 votes.
Guys, meant to share the live. Share the live, guys. Share the live and subscribe to the channel if you like what's happening on the TV. Share the live and subscribe.
It goes to Dwight Sibley's, the incumbent of the JLP, 4,303. Jodelyn Casey Edwards of the JPP, 19 votes. Clarendon North Central, Robert Morgan seems to be headed to retaining that seat, 85 of 104 boxes, 4,527 votes for Robert Morgan, and Audrey Dixon, 3,406. Joy Johnson Roy, 24 votes, and she's from the JPP. And in Clarendon Southeastern, 25 boxes of 144, Pernell Charles Jr. continues to lead handily with 1,639 votes to Sian Banswell, 1,132 votes. Sian Thomas of the JPP, 12 votes. St. Catherine Northwestern, Damian Crawford, 4,608 votes for the PNP, and Newton Amos for the JLP, 3,781. Lloyd Smith of the JPP, 13 votes, 89 boxes of 122. St. Mary's Southeastern, very close. Norman Dunn, the incumbents, 3,678. Christopher Brown of the PNP, 3,577. Mark Hutchinson of the JPP, 12 votes, 63 of 112 boxes. St. Mary's Central, Omar Newell of the PNP, 5,904 votes. Nathaniel Maraj of the JLP, 4,345. Rena Rose Cargill, 11 votes for the JPP, 85 of 105 boxes. That will be a hold for the PNP. St. Mary Western, Robert Montague, the incumbent, 3,641, doing very well against Omar Woodbine of the PNP, 5,683 votes. Chase Neal of the UIC, 22 votes, 99 of 147 boxes.
Chairman of the party is looking good.
And Kingston Central, 75 of 80 boxes. The incumbent, Donovan Williams, Seeking to hold it for the JLP, 4,575 votes. Steve McGregor of the PNP, 4,377 votes. Gareth Barnett of the UIC, 22 votes. Dwayne Smith in St. Andrew Northwestern, 4,402 votes. To Ethelene Miller Simpson of the PNP, 3,293 votes. Orlando Robinson of the JPP, 79 votes, and that is 80 boxes of 112 counted.
Okay, let's just take a pin, take a break, and we'll be back with much more results, all the latest, when we come back with our results show for 2025. Do stay with us.
Alright guys, it's muted, commercial break. So guys, since it's on break, you can take the time out to subscribe to the channel and like up the video, man, and share the live. Share the live, guys, so other people can watch it. Share the live and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So as soon as it returns, I unmute it. So drop your comments in the comment section. Commercial break, guys, commercial break. So which party you think is gonna win, guys? Which party? Comment below, which party are you carrying? JLP or PNP? Even though there are 5 parties in Jamaica, but there's only 2 that are recognized. One is JLP and the other is PNP. So which party are you bringing to the finish line? Did anybody vote today? Comments, let me know. Or shout out to where you're watching from. Share up the video, guys, drop your comments and also subscribe. Which party you bringing, guys? Drop your comments. I just drop an orange emoji, orange something or green something in the comment section. So guys, it's on commercial break, so stay tuned. Commercial break, guys, commercial break, so it's muted until it returns. here it is. And remember to subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to subscribe. Let's go.
Thank you so much for staying with us for TVJ's live coverage of the 2025 elections, vote 2025. And let's go first of all back to the electoral office, the EOJ, with Felicia for an update.
Thank you, Dion. Now the race is heating up. Now earlier we saw the People's National Party leading in 30 seats and the Jamaica Labour Party leading in 33 seats. But now, from what I'm looking at on the chart again, the People's National Party is back to leading at 29 seats and the Jamaica Labour Party 34 seats. I'm going to move over to this chart to my right, and one of the constituencies we've been monitoring closely, Dion, that's Trelawney Northern. As you know, in the last general election, the Jamaica Labour Party won that seat. It was a surprise for many people because the Jamaica Labour Party had not won that seat in decades. And we're seeing now the People's National Party's Wickham McNeil leading in that constituency, 6,637 votes, to the Jamaica Labour Party's Tova Hamilton, 5,686 votes. Another constituency beyond that we have been monitoring closely, that's Manchester Central, where the Jamaica Labour Party won for the first time in decades in 2020. But what we're seeing now, well, it's still close in that constituency. Just 130 of the 139 boxes counted, and the Jamaica Labour Party Jamaica Labour Party's Rhoda Moy Crawford leading by 8,399 votes to the PNP's 8,314 votes. I'm going to ask the videographer to just come with me to the other screen I'm looking at right now. Going again to St. James Southern, another one we've been watching. We're seeing where the People's National Party, it has a slight lead in that constituency. The Nikisha Burchell leading their 5,870 votes to the former mayor, Homer Davis, 5,644 votes. Going now over to St. Thomas Eastern, and we're seeing where the People's National Party's Yvonne Shaw, she's leading by 6,600, well, her tally now is 6,604 votes to the incumbent, Dr. Michelle Charles, 6,177 votes. Another one that people have been watching, and many people are saying that it seems as if it is a surprise to them. We're seeing for Portland Eastern, the People's National Party is leading in that constituency. As many people know, the Jamaica Labour Party's Anne-Marie Vaz won that division, that constituency in 2020 after a 30-year drought for the Jamaica Labour Party, and Isaac Buchanan of the People's National Party is leading in that constituency, 96 of 140 boxes counted. Now, overall, we're seeing an 85.2% of the boxes completed, and I'll have some more updates for you as soon as they become available. But again, Dion, the race is heating up. It's back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Felicia. And it certainly is, and you heard Felicia there saying the numbers are continuing to shift from 3330 to back to 3429. And that East Portland seat, Earl, a quick comment on what we're seeing there.
Well, this one would be a bit of a shake-up. Many people expected Anne-Marie Vaz, the incumbent, to hold it fairly easily, but we did see that Isaac Buchanan was mounting a serious challenge. And so, bearing in mind that this has been historically a strong PNP seat, perhaps it should not be surprising that it is this competitive.
Yeah, it's a seat that PNP used to win by over 1,000 and then over 2,000 votes. Mm-hmm. So it was really because of Anne-Marie Vaz's ground operation why she was able to win the by-election and to hold on to it in 2020. 2020 was a misnomer. So what we're seeing now is a rebalancing of the scales. I expect at the end of tonight, the entire western belt of the country to go back orange because it was never really a green space. So Westmoreland 3, we see Eastern Westmoreland going to Dayton Campbell by over 1,000, which is how they used to win there, except in 2020 when Luther Buchanan lost by 11. But Central...
So sorry to interrupt you, just to say this is another one that's now completed. The PNP's Richard Azan taking Clarendon Northwestern over the JLP's Warren Newby, with Azan having polled 6,989 votes, the JLP's Warren Newby 6,490. Kevin Palmer picked up some votes there. And here's Westmoreland Eastern. This is showing 121 of 123 votes. It's been given now to Dayton Campbell of the PNP, 7,434 votes over Daniel Lawrence's 5,556. Here's Westmoreland Central, 169 of 70. It's given now to Dwayne Vaz of the PNP back in Parliament with 9,869 over George Wright's 8,326. Kathleen Greenwood with 39 votes and Don Footer with 38. And Westmoreland Western, Westmoreland No. This is 108 of 138. Ian Hales of the PNP, 6,454. Garfield James of the JLP, 4,820. Gilbert James, 54. Bertha Madden of the JPP, 23 votes. St. Anne's South Western, 108 boxes of 138. This has Xavier Main, 5,069 votes over Danishka Williams of the PNP, 3,698. Clive Edwards, 28 votes, and that's 73 boxes of 105. And we have St. Anne Northwestern, 73 boxes of 105. Crystal Lee, the incumbent, holding on here at the moment with a lead with 7,346. Gabriella Morris, our first time out, 6,924. That's 10 boxes left to count in this constituency. Let's go now to the JLP headquarters.
It's turning into a party-like atmosphere here at the JLP headquarters, Dion. As you can see behind me, you will see that a number of JLP supporters are dancing, they're ringing their bells, they're playing one of their favorite anthems on the campaign trail, The Lord is my shepherd. So that is the mood here at the moment. I'm now joined by another JLP supporter who is also dancing. Hi, good night. What's your name?
Newton Harris.
Why was it important for you to be here tonight?
To celebrate our victory.
Where did you vote?
I voted in St. Anne Northwestern for Crystal Lee.
So how is the trend looking for you based on what you picked up so far?
Well, we always knew it would have been a close race, but we put in the work. Crystal has done phenomenally well in the one term. 2 years stolen by COVID, but she's done phenomenally well in terms of the infrastructure, the services, the roads, the health centers, all that they want to put into Crystal has done. The water projects with, amazing stuff.
I know it's difficult to hear me. So that's the scene here at the JLP headquarters there. Maybe I could just get another supporter. Can you talk to me? What's your name?
Zachary.
Okay, see you celebrating. You think you won?
Yes, I do. I'm very confident for the JLP.
It's not yet too early to declare.
Too early, that doesn't really mean much right now, because we're confident, we put in the work, we have the achievements to prove that we deserve the third term. So Dr. Holden will return as well as our MPs.
Thank you so much.
And yes, we'll continue to check in with you, and some more interesting results have been coming in. In fact, we are now seeing Clarendon Southeastern there with, okay, we moved on to St. Catherine Southwest. Okay, we are going thick and fast, aren't we? So St. Catherine Southwest, Deborah Warrington, here St. Catherine Southern. Fitz Jackson, and St. Catharines Central, Olivia Babsy Grange. So we're kind of moving fast through those. Okay, here we go. St. Elizabeth Southwestern, and as the Sinky boy in the room, Earl, you get to do the honors here. Read the next couple for me.
Floyd Green of the JLP, he's the incumbent, 9,044. Miranda Wellington of the PNP, 7,650. And the significance of this particular seat is that it always goes to the party that wins nationally. So that may be one of the reasons why there's celebration at JLP headquarters at the moment. Clarendon Southeastern, Pernell Charles Jr. of the JLP, 1,824. Sian Barnswell of the PNP, 1,284. And the Sian Thomas of the JPP, 13 votes. That's 27 boxes of 144. Clarendon Northern, Wavell Hines, the cricketer, 5,623. To Dwight Sibley's of the JLP, 5,407. To the Lynn Casey Edwards of the JPP, 24 votes. That's 95 boxes of 104. Of 100, rather. St. Thomas Eastern, 114 of 128 boxes. Yvonne Shaw continues to lead, 6,597. And the incumbent, Michelle Charles of the JLP, 6,188. Claudius Wong is on 31, and Jovian Blair of the JPP, 26. St. Thomas Western, James Robertson, the incumbent, 6,836. Hubert Williams of the PNP, 5,696. And Carleen Affik of the JPP, 39 votes. That's 125 of 163 votes. Boxes rather. St. Andrew West Central, the constituency of the Prime Minister, very, very tight. 87 boxes of 105. Paul Buchanan of the PNP is now leading, 4,867 votes to Andrew Holness, 4,762.
What is it, Earl?
Are you stunned?
You don't see it one having a seat.
Manchester Northeastern, you have odd remarks of the JLP performing according to tradition there. 6,589 to Wellington Wind of the PNP, 5,207. And Clyde Warren of the JPP, he has 30 votes. If you could go back to that West Central for a moment. The PNP used to dominate that in the days of Dudley Thompson and David Core and A.J. Nicholson.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a 1% lead at the moment for Paul Buchanan.
If we could go to St. Elizabeth again, let's see what the other weather vane is saying. Southwest St. Elizabeth.
Wow. Norman Scott of the PNP, 1,004 votes. Franklin Witter, the incumbent from the JLP, 991, but it's only 17 of 109 boxes. Portland Eastern, 96 of 140 boxes. Isaac Buchanan of the PNP, 5,636. And Marie Vaz, the incumbent of the JLP, 5,224. So it's a 4-point lead for Buchanan, and there are 23 votes for the JPP's Tracy Ann Gillespie Harris. I think there we need to remind the listeners that we call out these figures because we also have listeners on radio. Yes. Trelawney Northern, Tova Hamilton has taken the lead now over Wickham McNeil, 6,826 to McNeil, 6,792, and it's 123 of 146 boxes. So we're seeing the finish line up ahead. And Marissa Dalrymple Philibert has restored order in Central or the Southern, 1,787 to Paul Patmore, 1,486, that's 26 of 96 boxes though. St. Mary's Southeastern, Norman Dunn, the incumbent, he is being tracked very closely by Christopher Brown. So Norman Dunn has 5,235, Christopher Brown 5,112, and Mark Hutchinson has 20 votes for the JPP. St. Mary Western, Robert Montague continues to dominate there, 7,219 to Omar Woodbine, 6,398, and Chase Neal, 25 votes.
And this is another weather vane seat that indicates to the country as well what is likely to happen. Same for Southwest St. Elizabeth and the other one you mentioned a moment before. So we will see how Mr. Woodbine fares.
And in St. Andrew East Central, Dennis Gordon of the PNP, he's now doing very well, 6,425 to Davion Bassel of the JLP, 3,949, and Princess Ford of the JPP, 82, 106 boxes of 113.
Okay, here's St. Andrew West Rural. This is 136 boxes out of 140. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn of the JLP, 7,909 votes. The PNP's Joan Gordon Webley, 6,994. And that's been called for Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. St. Andrew Northwestern, 101 of 112 boxes. Dwayne Smith of the JLP, 5,648. Ethne Miller Simpson, 4,124. Orlando Robinson, the JPP, 106. We were back in St. Andrew East Rural, 123 boxes of 137. Juliet Holness, 8,445. Patrick Peterkin, 7,487. Kenesha Hendricks, 45 votes of the UIC. Purchell Jackson of the JPP, 35 votes. Eastern Portland, 130. Did we just read this? Has it moved?
I think that's moved.
It has? Okay, 131 of 140 boxes. The PNP's Isaac Buchanan, 7,932. Anne-Marie Vaz of the JLP, 7,699. Portland West, this is nearly finished, and 102 of 104 boxes. The JLP's Darrell Val, 6,022 to the PNP's Doreen Campbell, 4,809. Michael Aiken of the JPP, 22 votes. St. James Central, 103 boxes of 104. So this has gone to Heroic Clark now. 6,486. The PNP's Janice Allen, 4,620. Okay, and let's just take South, and then we go to a break. St. James Southern. This is nearly completed, just one box left to be counted. And Nikisha Burchell, 6,398. Homer Davis of the JLP, 6,211. Leon Cunningham of the JPP, 16 votes. Let's go to a break. We'll be back in a moment.
So they're on break, guys, so I muted it. So guys, for the people over here so far, subscribe to the channel, guys. It's free to subscribe, and like one, subscribe. That's all I'm asking, subscribe, and thank you in advance for your subscription. So as soon as they return, then I'll unmute it. But in the meantime, subscribe. Hey Anna, good night, what's up? Welcome to the live. Which party are you bringing? So it's currently 9:28 p.m. I hope you're enjoying this live broadcast, guys. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. It's free. Oh, you're bringing JLP. Okay. Okay. So did you vote today? Okay. So guys, but be any camera today. Tonight is not my night. It's all about election, you know. So I'm hiding tonight. So if y'all new over here, you can just check my vlogs out and you see what I look like. All right. Okay, Anna, you voted today. That's nice. All right. So as soon as the commercial break is over, then I unmute. All right, guys. Yvonne Cooper, how are you? Are you enjoying the live so far? Hi, Tyrone. I will talk to you off here, Mr. Morris, the grand man. Unless you have problem. You're a problematic person. Me, I'm neutral. I'm neutral. It's the election night, guys. Continue to enjoy the live, guys. Alright, they're coming back, so I'll be unmuting. So you guys can resume watching, alright? Anna Gamer, big up yourself.
Thank you so much for staying with us for TVJ's ongoing live coverage on the 2025 elections for 2025. We got a statement from Flo a little while ago, so in case you've been having problems, Flo Jamaica has reported what they're calling a severe act of vandalism, which they say has disrupted internet, landline, and TV services for new in the areas of St. Catherine, Maypen, and Mandeville. And they said that the section of fiber cable that was damaged was had protective concrete slabs.
So some people can't get watch election tonight. Oh my.
And the company is restoring, they said, working to restore as quickly as possible. They said they're also condemning the act which has taken place, as you know, on election day. So if you're having difficulties, that might be the cause. All right, let's just look at what's happening here in St. Catherine, East Central. Let's see, this is completed. The JLP's Alanda Terrelong has retained his seat with 6,364 votes. Raymond Price of the PNP polling 5,379 votes. Let's go now to Jamila Maitland, who is in the constituency.
I'm on the Newlands Main Road in St. Catherine, East Central, where Jamaica Labour Party voters are in high celebration mood. Now, TV at a shop right now is the main attraction, and that's because they're watching the live results right now. Crowds of people just swarming around the TV, trying to see what's happening with their member of parliament. Now, by the latest data that I had, Alanda Terrelong was comfortably winning, and I just saw now from their TV that he was declared the winner. So as you can hear in the background, lots of excitement here on the Newlands Main Road. I'm going to call in Jamaica Labour Party supporter right now, Kimmy. Kimmy's joining us. You're live on TVJ News. Tell us, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling so excited right now for my nice PNP because I tell you, it work. We're talking about funeral. We're talking about 9 years. We're talking about graduation. We're talking about assistant. You take up to your part and that office every Thursday. The assistant. We're talking about education instead there. We're talking about all people instead there. One turn on. Cross the board. We're talking about your house come down. MP. Show your right.
Alright, so that was Timmy here on the Newlands Main Road. We are in St. Catherine East Central, where Alanda Terrelong was declared the winner by the preliminary results. He is now the MP for the third time here in St. Catherine East Central, where he defeated Raymond Price, the PNP's Raymond Price. And there was an independent candidate from the JPP that is Casey Radcliffe. I think her name is Casey Radcliffe. So that is lots of excitement as you can hear. And they are tuning in to TV Day News, getting the live updates here on what's happening on our results show. So there you have it. It's back to you in Studio Dion.
Thank you so much, Jamila. And of course, TVJ is exactly the place for you to get all your ongoing coverage of this election. Let's go over back now to the EOJ with Kalisha.
Yes, Dion, we're almost at the finish line. 93% of all the boxes counted. And earlier, it's similar to what we saw in the previous update. The Jamaica Labour Party was leading by, well, it was 32-31 at one point, and now we're seeing it back at 30-33. So the Jamaica Labour Party leading in 33 constituencies to the People's National Party's 30. An interesting one, Dion, that you pointed to earlier, we're going to go to it. We're seeing in St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's seat, we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Paul Buchanan, leading in that seat, and we have 87 of the 105 boxes counted. So it's almost 82% completed, and we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate leading in the Prime Minister's constituency. We're going to move over now to St. Andrew Northwestern, where we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Ethne Miller-Simpson. She is trailing the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, Dwayne Smith, in that constituency. Going down now to St. Andrew West Rural, where we're seeing the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, the incumbent, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. She is leading in that constituency to 8,290 votes to the People's National Party's candidate, Joan Gordon-Webley, 7,157 votes. Now, should the incumbent hold on to this seat, it will be the second time the Jamaica Labour Party has had 3 consecutive wins in that constituency in St. Andrew West Rural. And going over now, the videographer could just come with me. We're going to St. Anne Northwestern, where we're seeing the People's National Party's candidate, Gabriella Morris, at 6,989 votes to the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, 7,383 votes in that constituency. Final one, Dion, before I come back to you. In Portland Eastern, we're seeing the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate still trailing the People's National Party's candidate, Anne-Marie Bag, 8,072 votes to the People's National Party's Isaac Buchanan, 8,290 votes. So as I said, we're almost there, almost at the finish line for this evening, Dion. 93% of the boxes counted, and again, the People's National Party leading in 30 seats, the JLP leading in 33 seats. It's back to you.
Thank you so much. Really important to get that kind of global picture of what is happening. 33-30, and you heard as well, it seemed to have been moving a little bit up and down, but the latest figures there, 33 seats in which the JLP is leading and 30 for the PNP. Here's St. Thomas Eastern again. This is 2 boxes left to count, 126 of 128. And this has been declared now for Rosemary Shaw of the PNP. The incumbent Michelle Charles has lost this seat, 7,284 at this point to go to Yvonne Shaw, and the JLP's Michelle Charles, 6,807. Here's Portland Eastern, 1 box left to count here. Isaac Buchanan, 8,290 votes. This is what Kelisha just read for us, but I wasn't sure of the boxes left to count. So we have 1 box left to count, in fact, in Portland Eastern. Okay. Read from Aaron.
Rhoda Crawford is the incumbent, has held on to defeat Donovan Mitchell and She secured 9,035 votes to Donovan Mitchell 8,861. So that's one hold in Manchester for the JLP.
Strong candidate, hard-working member of Parliament. She deserves to go back to Parliament. Rhoda Moy Crawford, one of Jamaica's best talent in the Parliament.
Manchester Northeastern and Audrey Marks has taken it. 7,652 votes to Barrington Wint of the PNP, 6,209. Clive Warren of the JPP, 33 votes. And it's starting again in St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's constituency. Paul Buchanan, 4,867 to Dr. Andrew Holness, 4,762. That's 50.5% to 49.5%. Down in Northern, and you have Tova Hamilton, the incumbent, leading Dr. Wickham McNeil, 7,408 to McNeil, 7,198, 131 of 146 boxes. St. James Southern, Nikisha Burchell of the PNP continues to lead.
Completely.
In fact, I didn't see the tick. It's completed, so she has won it for the PNP. So that's one pulled it back for the PNP from their loss last time.
Where it begins.
St. James West Central, 71 of 106 boxes. Marlene Malahou Fort, 4,193 to Andre Houghton of the PNP, 3,633. And Clifford Barnett has 15 votes.
I think what we're seeing is that the election is